Nizul here. I'm not quite sure if you know this yet, but this campaign has two parties, not just the one you've been watching in the first 7 episodes. Episode 8 introduces a second party. Another thing you should know too is their adventures go and happen in different locations, but the storylines are linked and intertwined, so actions from one party can affect the other party. So I hope you've been paying attention to the story thus far because it's about to get really interesting.
Welcome to the campaign, Millennials.
Thank you.
As we do with all gaming, we always kick it off with a toast. To victory! And here we go. All right. So this adventure starts in the land of Variscia. So I got here is a nice big fat map. So I'm going to ask for some help here. We'll just sprawl that out here. And I'm going to go long ways. Yeah, that's beautiful there. All right. So Variscia, you can see, is right in the middle there. More particularly, we're interested in the city of Magnamar, which is on the coast. Okay, and the islands near there, which is going to be right there. Bung, 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 bung. All right, so you have that whole area, which is called the Variscian Gulf. Okay, so just to give you a little read out of the book here on Variscia, and a little bit about its history without going on too long. A sprawling region caught between the southern nations of Taldor's old empire and the northern lands ruled by the Lenorm kings, Variscia has long been considered a backwater. As Variscia lacked any significant coastal settlements to raid, the Lenorm kings traditionally bypassed the region in favor of attacking the southern kingdoms, while in the south, the distances involved made exploration of the area uneconomical. Only in the past few hundred years have the nations of the Inner Sea turned their attention to Variscia, and they found a land ripe for exploration, something the Variscian people have known for thousands of years, yet have long maintained their silence about. So it really became popular not too long ago when the very first adventure path happened, which was called Rise of the Rune Lords. And a Rune Lord from ancient history was rising and becoming reborn. A group of heroes were able to suppress that event. But ever since then, it brought to light this thing called the Thessalonian Empire, which came from 10,000 years in the history. And it brought a lot more eyes to this land. So it pretty much used just to be like a backwater. No one really paid attention to Variscia, but now suddenly a lot of eyes are on there, which meant commerce has been improved, so on and so forth. You're in the second busiest city is called Magnamar, and like I said before, the Variscian coast, the Variscian Gulf is where the majority of this adventure is going to be going on.
So is this like a port trading city?
It's a big city, actually. It's a very large city, and you're familiar with it because that's where you live.
Okay.
Okay, and the city actually has two levels. Has an upper level where all the wealthy live, and then a lower level. A lot of the trade and markets are down there as well. As well as
the lowlies.
The lowly scum and villainy like to live there as well. And you actually live in the upper area, and you actually, when I get to your character, I'll give you a little more detail on that. But our adventure is actually going to start with Suki. So you are there with Bushi.
Yes.
Okay, you find yourself on the helm of a merchant ship. Okay, you and your tiger pet are sitting there, and you're going through the coastal waters, but it's nighttime, but it's storming. So the waves are like, every once in a while lightning will blast and light the area up. You have a couple of people, it's a medium-sized small ship, so you do have some crew hands doing this, but you've always embraced the weather anyway, so you're just there like just letting the wind hit you and enjoying every moment of it. A lightning flash happens and it kind of lights you and your tiger up. So imagine a camera coming onto you, and what would we see when we look at your character?
You would see, well, with the lightning flash, you would see bright gold eyes for both myself and my tiger.
Okay, that's cool.
I like the dramatic effect.
Yes. Here we are. My hair is like a silvery, long hair, and my tiger is white with black stripes.
Okay, and you're female?
I am a female.
Okay, and what race are you? What do you look like?
My race is Kami.
Okay.
And
What is that?
Yes, what is
I've never heard of
this?
that before.
So I'll drop some history on basically her race is a race that is lost in the ages, and actually you currently feel like you're alone. and you are currently on this ship because you come from the east. Okay, you're heading to the west now in search of your own kind because you've heard rumors that there is another Gold Eye person who is a member of your race. But other than that, you're at this time have been alone.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you're gonna find someone.
And the commie race is known for the gold reflective eyes. That's one of their big identifiers. But it's almost like a boogeyman story, like ooh, the commie, you know what I mean? But
Dirty
they're actually
commies.
dirty commies. But they're known as a benevolent race. And very loving, very kind, very gentle. So that's that. So with that description, and then your tiger, what does your tiger look like?
My tiger, he's white. He has black stripes. He
Okay.
also has gold
Okay.
eyes, which is why I have such a strong affection and bond with him.
Okay, awesome.
So if
Awesome.
you kill my tiger, Dave,
It's over.
it's over.
That tiger's dead, by the way.
How tall are you? By the way?
It changes depending on the person that's viewing me.
Oh,
So
really?
Oh,
Wow, very cool.
nice.
Wow.
Rad.
Whatever height you think is most attractive.
Oh, snap!
She's stunning. What's your charisma score out of it? Just
My
out of curiosity.
charisma is 13.
Okay, good looking lady. Do you carry any weapons?
I do. I carry a staff.
Okay,
I also have a spear
okay,
and a javelin.
okay. And your cat holds the javelin, right? You have a
Yes.
little holster on the cat.
I have a little cat sack.
That's badass. All right, that's good stuff. Good stuff. Well, here you are going through the area of the Gulf, heading in towards. You're actually heading towards Magnamar. Actually, you're more coming in from the deep sea area, and you're around that way. But then you hit this storm. Everything's going. When suddenly this humongous wave just bombards the ship. Boom! And a lot of the crewmen are just, some are holding on and some have tied themselves down smartly. So you're brave and you're just like, yeah, I'm doing this. Unfortunately, your tiger isn't tied down, and just the wave hits, and you recover, you get pushed back and slammed against the side of the ship a bit, and then you get up and you look, and your cat's not there.
Wow, you didn't even get to start the
No.
campaign with your tiger. You just killed it
Already
right
killed the
away.
cat.
All campaign long, girl. Nothing but love for that cat.
Okay.
Okay, so you can make a perception check, which is how well you see and smell and stuff like that, and try to find him.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
Go for it. So go ahead and roll a 20-sided, add your perception skill.
My perception is a 10. My bonus.
Plus 10?
Yes.
Okay, that is so exceptionally good. Like you're superhuman as far as it's almost like in Lord of the Rings with Legolas hearing and seeing. What do your elven eyes see? It's those gold eyes. They just. So please make a roll.
Yeah, blow on the dice.
Yeah, blow on them dice. All right. 17. Okay, you immediately spot the tigers. You do it with your ears. Actually, you hear it. It's like freaking out because it got actually washed overboard.
Mm-hmm.
It's out there in the ocean, probably about 50 feet out there, and you can see it. A lightning flashes, the gold eyes reflect, and you pick up, and you're like, freaking out. Meanwhile, the crew is trying to recombobulate themselves from that big strike of the wave. And what would you like to do?
I would like to go rescue my cat.
Well, if you jump in the water, that's gonna be swimming.
Okay.
It's deep waters. You could drown.
Can I utilize my Summon Nature's Ally spell to summon another animal that could rescue my tiger?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, you
Throwing it out
may.
there.
Yes, you may.
All right.
Okay, now this spell is a full round action, so it takes 6 seconds for you to wind it up.
Okay.
With the waters and the conditions, you do have to make a concentration check.
Okay.
Okay, it's not a terribly difficult one because it's a low-level spell, and the conditions, even though they're violent winds and stuff like that, it's still not terribly tough. So here you go. I got my little cheat sheet here.
Huh.
And so basically, what you're going to do now
Yeah, I don't-
is on a concentration check. That's not a skill. So here's how this works. If something interrupts your concentration or yada yada, when you attempt a concentration check, you roll a die 20 and add your caster level, which is 1, and the ability score modifier used to determine your spells, which is wisdom. So what is your wisdom bonus?
4.
4, so you get a +5 to the roll.
Okay.
So die 20 plus 5.
That one was like gentle.
This is
Yes.
big. This is big. See how much she loves the tiger. So
Rough.
now you currently have 2 spells, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you sacrificed one of your spells. What 2 spells do you have memorized right now?
Cure Light Wounds.
Twice?
Twice.
Okay, so one of them's gone. So now you
Yes.
just lost the ability to cast Cure Light Wounds. You can try again with your next spell and go for it.
I would like to.
Okay, in this case though, you find an area. What is the storm actually? You actually figured like, you know what? the waves hit. There's a rhythm to the sea. You're a druid. You understand weather and stuff. So you try to wait for a calm point.
Okay.
Okay. And you begin your casting.
Okay.
Okay. So in this case, I'm not going to require a die roll, but you get the spell off. So you just wind it up, and you said a dolphin.
A dolphin.
And you can put that thing 30 feet out there. So
Yes.
meanwhile, your cat, I want you to make a roll for your cat because it's trying to swim. I
Okay.
just want to know if it succeeds in its swim check.
Is it just roll
Another
die
die 20. I already know what it's basically it's going to add its strength modifier into this roll. All right, so you roll.
Oh my gosh.
A
change the
1.
dice. Get a new
I
dice,
know.
please.
That is
That's
dirty.
so
I feel like I'm
bad.
picking on you now.
This is
the
terrible.
cat just goes submerges, goes under.
sub it out for this
It's,
one?
it's beginning to
Thank
drown.
Any
you.
bad.
Thank
Let's
you.
get rid of
Yes.
that
Yes,
Thank you. Thank
you
you.
finish the spell. The dolphin shows up, okay, and you can command the dolphin as well
Yes.
to go get your tiger.
Yes.
So it immediately goes. Meanwhile, the storm's going back and forth. Waves are plundering, and you're looking and you're starting to panic because it's been about a good 15 seconds. You haven't seen anything, and then all of a sudden the dolphin emerges with the cat on there. Now your cat is smart. Okay, you can communicate with your cat. You know, you have the natural ability as a druid to communicate with your cat, but your cat is exceptionally smart for a cat. Okay, sometimes you feel like it's another human. You know what I mean? It is so cunning. So the cat, instead of panicking and clawing this poor dolphin and killing it, it was actually, you see it in a very calm state and just a wet cat look, and it just slides right next to you on the thing, and you just see it look up to you like it knows you and just is like pissed. Just this wet, drenched cat look.
Your cat's like, what took so long? What the fuck is this?
I mean, I summoned a dolphin.
Yeah. All right. Well, suddenly another wave bombards the ship. Boom! But this one actually was behind you. It splashed on you and the cat. The cat's ready this time. It's clawed into the ship itself. You're braced for impact anyway. And some water splashes on you. But then another lightning flash happens. And you look behind you with your amazing perception, and you can see that creatures have rode the wave onto the ship. And what you look and you can see, because it's nighttime, you can see their silhouettes. And you see sea creatures, humanoid. Some have tridents. They have fins and stuff sticking out of them. Do you have knowledge survival? Or I'm sorry, knowledge nature.
I do.
Oh, okay. Well, then you may make a roll to determine what these are.
Okay.
Go for it. So you roll a die 20, add your skill.
I'm just going to do this for good measure.
Yeah! I'll join you.
I will as well. Good luck.
Mm-hmm. Make it happen. Here we go. Go, Suki. What's the total?
Plus 5, so 12.
12's enough to know what they are, but
Okay.
I'm not going to give you any, because if you really hit the roll super high, I might reveal you information about the creature, that like their weaknesses or how their attacks go and things like that.
Okay.
But you do recognize these sea creatures as Sahagin. They're a humanoid sea creature that are not good. They're very evil. They like to attack ships, ransack ships, steal their gear, bring it under their underwater layers, and they have villages and literally underwater cities,
Okay.
full of them. Okay, and they're organized. They're smart. They can cast spells. I mean, they're nasty. And you see a bundle of them, maybe a half dozen, and they begin to close in. We'll stop there.
What?
We'll move over to Kit.
Are you clenching? Because I
So
would.
scared. So scared. Okay.